All right. Hi, guys. This is Rachel, your nutrition coach. And today we're going to talk about meal prep. So, these little pictures here are very pretty. However, your food does not necessarily have to look like this. I think we get sucked into that lie from Facebook or Pinterest or just the internet in general, thinking that our food has to just look just like these pictures, and that's not the case. So, we're going to talk about today meal prep. We're going to talk about how to meal prep and the dangers of not meal prepping. So, the definition of meal prep, it is the action or process of making food or dishes ahead of schedule. So schedule is your first blank. And that's what's so important too about meal prep is that whenever you can make things ahead of time, you're going to be less likely to give in to different temptations of other different kinds of food that may not fit your goals. Um, which we'll get into here in just a minute. But meal prep is so important for your transformation. It's important for you to reach your goals. Meal prep is one of those keys that whenever you get it and whenever you are doing it and you're making it part of your daily life and routine, it is going to be so helpful. So, why is meal prepping important? So, number one, it's a defense mechanism against cheat meals. So, whenever we have food ahead of schedule, whenever we have thought about what food we're going to have, what foods are going to get us towards our goals, it's going to be a defense mechanism against things that might be tempting or things that might, like I said earlier, not get us towards our goals. It's going to defend against that because we already have food. Let's just eat that. So why do I need to go out? Why do I need to go to the vending machine? So that's going to help you with that. It's also going to help you stick to your health and nutrition goals. So, like I said, you're going to think ahead of time of what kind of food you're going to make, which means that you're thinking about your goals and knowing that you put in this hard work to make this food and to get it all set up and put it in your fridge. And then when Monday comes, you're ready to go. You're more likely to stick to it because you've thought about it ahead of time. And also, meal prepping is important because it gives you healthy options in the midst of a busy day. So, healthy is your blank for number three. Gives you healthy options in the midst of a busy day. So I can tell you right now, like at the different places that I've worked, and I'm sure where you work, there's either a cafeteria, there's a kitchen, or there's a vending machine, or there are restaurants nearby that you can, you have your hour lunch and you can go grab something. So, which are great things, and they're convenient. However, whenever you've meal prepped and you have thought about what you're going to eat, this gives you a healthy option whenever you're just crazy. So say you're at your desk or, whatever it is kind of job that you have, and your day has just went south. You already know that in the fridge, in the break room, somewhere you have your food and you can go get it. It's already a container. You don't have to think about it. All you got to do is 9 times out of 10, just throw it in the microwave and that's it. And that helps you stick to your goals. So this can help you make large batches of food at once. So that's what this also helps with. It helps you save time with making large batches of food at once. So at first, whenever you first get into meal prep, sometimes it can kind of be daunting and it can kind of seem like, oh my gosh, I'm going to waste all my time in the kitchen. And that's not true. So because you are actually going to be saving time down the road because you're not individually making meals once or twice a day for 5 days, 6 days, 7 days a week. Do you see what I'm saying? You're actually making food one time, whether it's once or twice a week, and you are saving time that way because you're not doing it over and over and over again throughout the week. You have your food, you've prepped it, you put it in containers or you put it in large containers, and that way you can just dip from it and put it in containers for you to work or however it works for you and your family. So it's going to save you some time. It's going to make grocery shopping really simple. So I know in the past, I just have went to the store and be like, oh, I want this, I want this, I want this. And it's totally random. And then by the time you get up to the grocery counter, you're like, oh my gosh, I spent $300 on what? So whenever you are meal prepping, it's going to make you more purposeful with what you're getting. You are going to go up to the meat section. You're going to say, okay, I want chicken breast, I want steak, or I want shrimp. Okay, great. Those are my 3 proteins for the week. Okay, now let's go to the colorful fruits and veggies. Okay, I want this, want this, and want this. Okay, great. For my smart carbs, I know I want quinoa, I want peas, and I think I want to try some wraps this week. So those are your carbs. So you're putting things into categories and you can know what you're getting and you're going to be streamlined about it. It's So it's going to make grocery shopping really simple, and it's going to save money because eating out, as we all know, can be very expensive, especially depending on where you are eating. But all those $5 here, $20 here, $7.50 over here, all that adds up. And it's just like you get your credit card or your debit card statement in the mail and you're like, Lord, have mercy. I didn't realize I ate out this much. And so that's a cool exercise to do too, is to look at your statement or to look at, your purchases, transactions, and be like, wow, I spend like so much money on food, on eating out. So what if I took that money and I put it into my grocery budget? So, and realizing, oh my gosh, I can get some really quality food if I just don't eat out. And it's going to last longer, it's going to go farther, and it's going to be awesome. So, meal prep also prepares you with to-go meals. So say if, you have kids and they're active and, they have a last second, whether it's a practice or, they have something going on, you say, okay, great. I'm just going to go in the fridge, grab my container, and boom, you go. Or say if you had to get called into work early, like I said, you go to the fridge. Okay, great. I know I can put this in here, this in here, and this in here. And great. I have my meal. I'm ready to go. So that way you're not caught off guard, and you're not going to make choices that aren't going to help you with your goals. Meal prepping also says that you have standards. So that's one of our teachings also, is standards. And we talk about, why is it important to have standards? So standards tell other people, okay, I am not going to eat this food, and this food. Or, okay, I'm not really comfortable with eating over there because I have my food and I know that this is healthy for me. It's going to help me feel better. It's going to help me reach my goals. I'm not going to overeat because I have this food here. So it says that you have standards. That's huge. And it causes eating to become simple and intentional. Because it's simple because you don't have to think about it. It's already right there in your container, or it's in another container that you can dip out of. And it causes you to become intentional, because most of the time you're going to have to, make a menu of sorts and say, okay, this is what I want for Monday through Wednesday or Monday through Thursday. Okay, I want this protein. I want this smart carb. I want this healthy fat. I want this colorful fruit and veggie. So you're going to be intentional about it. You're going to put time into it. So how do I meal prep? So first of all, like I said earlier, we don't have to make it as complicated as what Pinterest and the internet tells us that it has to be. So you can meal prep by, number one, considering what foods you like to eat or what foods you're trying to eat that week. A lot of times people will meal prep twice a week because they think that 7 days, kind of the food after a while gets kind of mushy, which I do agree with, but it depends on what you made. But so think about foods that you like to eat or what that you're trying to eat that week, and get a piece of paper, write down different proteins, different smart carbs, colorful fruits and veggies, and healthy fats. And you can make a list of pinning them all together and making different meals. So that's one way to do it. And if you need help, just give us a call. I would love to help you with that and make it super simple. You can meal prep by making sure that you have enough food to last you for the week. So sometimes people get tripped up on this one because they haven't meal prepped before, or they're just not as familiar with it. So it's kind of trial and error. So you definitely want to make sure that you have enough food to last you for that week, because you don't want to get to, day number 4 and be like, oh my gosh, I really don't have anything else in there. What am I going to do? And then have to go back to the store, or, end up making a poor decision, at work, or if you're out. So just make sure you have enough food. Definitely create a grocery list. That is huge. So instead of going to the store and being like, okay, I want some of this, I want 3 of these, and I'll take 1 of those. You're actually being purposeful with your list. Number 4, you can meal prep by determining when you're going to cook your food. So I know for Sue and I, usually what we do is we will meal prep on Sundays, because that's just the day that works for us. It's at the beginning of the week. And it helps us because we have the most time then. So determining 1 or 2 days that you have during your week where you have maybe an hour and a half to 2 hours to cook food is going to be huge. You don't want to just be like, oh, I have some free time now, I'll just make it. No, you want to set aside, okay, on Sundays from 2 to 4:15 or 4 o'clock, I want to meal prep. Or Wednesdays from 9 a.m. to 11:30, I'm going to meal prep. So picking a time and going with that. You could also order or pick up food and ingredients that you decide to eat, or you can use a meal prep service like number 6. Those are some options that you can use to get yourself started, and you can kind of see how they're doing it, and then you can kind of mimic it to make it fit for you. And you can place food that you cooked in containers and get it ready for the week. So either you can put it in lots of little containers that have little separators or dividers in it, so you can keep everything separate, or you can put everything into like large containers. So if you want to, make a big batch of chicken, put it all in one container, and then you can just pull from it when you need it. So there's no really right or wrong way as far as having many containers or just having a few big ones. So it's just whatever works for you and your family, and how much room you have in your fridge. I have definitely found that out, because you don't want to take all the room in your fridge, because people in your family might not be too happy about it. So just be wise with that too, as a side note. So what are some dangers of not meal prepping? So number one, it increases your chances of making poor nutritional decisions. So whenever you're just kind of winging it, or you're at the mercy of your day or your work environment, you probably are going to make a poor nutritional decision. Number two, another danger could be that it can make it harder to be nutritionally healthy in an unhealthy society. So society tells us, oh, hey, you go to McDonald's, it's easy, just wait in line for a couple minutes. Oh, hey, just DoorDash it, just do this, just do that. So whenever you don't meal prep, you're going to probably run into those temptations. And you can also run the risk of being caught off guard during a busy day. Whenever I'm busy and I'm hungry, those are two horrible ingredients. And it's just going to make for bad for me or people that I'm around, because I'm going to either make a poor decision or I'm just going to be hangry, and we don't want those. So I love this paragraph. So meal prepping is an integral part of creating a lifestyle of making healthy nutritional decisions. So whenever you don't meal prep, it only prepares you to stumble into reaching optimal health, which is super unlikely. We rarely stumble into anything. We usually have a purpose whenever we accomplish something. So we don't want to just stumble into it, which, like I said, is super unlikely. So making meal prep a part of your life shows focus, intentionality, and sets you up to execute your goals. So whenever you meal prep, it's going to help you reach your goals faster, because you are purposeful and have intentionality about your day, your week, your months. And when you string together days of success, you want to keep going forward. So meal prep, like I said, is just super key for getting you to where you need to be and reaching your goals in a timely manner. And like I said, there's no right or wrong way when it comes to containers. I just love this picture. But if you guys need any help with where to look for containers or different foods to prep, just let me know. And like it says here at the bottom, you guys can do this. All right, guys.